Some of the NFL's most talented players tend to be high draft picks, but today's list features players who couldn't live up to those expectations. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the biggest busts in NFL history. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to get alerts when we upload. Without further ado, let's jump to number 10. Number 10. Lawrence Phillips. Phillips was a 6th overall pick in the 1996 NFL Draft by the St. Louis Rams with undisputed top 5 potential. Phillips was a frontrunner for the Heisman Trophy in the 1995 college football season, and he had an outstanding performance against the Nick Saban-led Michigan State defense. After only 2 games, Phillips averaged 11 yards per carry and scored 6 touchdowns. However, Phillips' downfall came off the field, as he had numerous run-ins with the law. He was accused of breaking into his backup quarterback's apartment by climbing to the 3rd floor. He also assaulted basketball player Kate McEwen, which resulted in him getting arrested and suspended from his team. After serving a 6-game suspension, Phillips rushed for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Fiesta Bowl to lead Nebraska to a national championship. The Rams thought so highly of Phillips that they decided to trade their star running back Jerome Bettis on the day of the draft. However, on November 20th, 1996, the Rams abruptly released him. The coach had told Phillips that he was being demoted to the 2nd string running back due to his inconsistent performance and inability to stay out of trouble. Phillips stormed out of the Rams facility and missed that day's meeting and practice. Rams lost patience with him and decided to cut ties with him. His career spiraled downwards from there on and was out of the league after 4 years to play football in Europe. Phillips attempted to come back in his 5th year, but was cut for his lack of passion for the game. Number 9. Akili Smith. Smith came to the foreground of draft discussions because of his performance in his senior season at Oregon, throwing 30 touchdown passes in only 11 starts in college. He was drafted 3rd overall by the Cincinnati Bengals and was the 3rd quarterback drafted out of 3. Despite showing athleticism in his early games, he failed to understand the Bengals playbook fully and never established himself on the team. His offensive coordinator has said that he wasn't as diligent as he should have been regarding his film and playbook study habits. During the 4 years he was with the Bengals, he started in only 17 games and threw just 5 touchdown passes next to his 13 interceptions, eventually leading to his release in 2002. Never played an NFL snap after that point. Number 8. Giovanni Carmazzi. Carmazzi was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the 3rd round, 65th overall pick of the 2000 NFL Draft. Unlike the previous players on this list, Carmazzi was a bust because of the hype being built around him by the media. Carmazzi was expected to be the successor of Steve Young and continue the 49ers dynasty. He also had pressure because he was selected before Tom Brady, whose favorite team and player was the 49ers and Joe Montana. Carmazzi was out of the NFL after just 1 season and decided to play overseas. Number 7. Heath Shuler. Shuler was a star quarterback at the University of Tennessee, looking like he was capable of being a franchise quarterback. He held almost all of the passing records there before being taught by Peyton Manning. Shuler finished as the SEC Player of the Year in his junior year and was also the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. Shuler was the 3rd overall pick by the Washington Redskins in the 1994 NFL Draft. He spent just 4 seasons in the NFL and played in 29 games with 22 starts with the Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. He got his chance to start with the Redskins during his rookie year, but finished 1-7 while completing only 45% of his passes. For his career, he won just 8 games as a starter while completing 50% of his passes for 3,691 yards with 15 touchdowns and 33 interceptions. Number 6. David Carr. During his senior year, Carr won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and was a finalist for the 2001 Heisman Trophy, finishing 5th. He was then the number 1 pick in the 2002 draft. Pressure coming with being the 1st overall pick wasn't the only thing Carr had to deal with. He was also the 1st ever pick by the expansion Houston Texans. Carr led the league in time sacked in 3 of his first 4 seasons, which forced him to become a mobile quarterback, something he never got used to. His Texans peaked at 7-9 in 2004 before skydiving to 2-14 in 2005. The Texans finally gave up on Carr after 2006, and Carr spent his last 6 years as a backup with the Panthers, 49ers, and Giants. Number 5. Charles Rogers. Charles Rogers played college football for Michigan State University, which earned him unanimous All-America honors. He was recognized as the most outstanding college wide receiver in the country by winning the Fred Biletnikoff Trophy. Rogers to this day still holds the school record for most touchdowns in a single season with 27 and the most receiving yards in a game with 240. Rogers was drafted 2nd overall in the 2003 NFL Draft by the Detroit Lions, 1 pick ahead of future Hall of Famer wide receiver Andre Johnson. Rogers broke his clavicle while practicing a speed drill, which left him out for his rookie season. On the 3rd play of his sophomore season against the Chicago Bears, Rodgers suffered another broken clavicle. During the 2005 season, Rodgers was suspended for 4 games for a violation of the NFL substance abuse policy. The Detroit Free Press would later report that Rodgers failed drug tests each year while he was at Michigan State. On September 2nd, 2006, Rodgers was released by the Lions. After his release, Rodgers worked out for the Dolphins, Patriots, and the Bucks in 2006. However, all of them opted not to sign him due to his 40-yard dash times around 4.8 seconds. At his peak, he consistently recorded times of 4.4. Number 4, Tony Mandarich. Tony Mandarich was one of the most dominant offensive linemen in the history of college football. He was a consensus All-American and was a 2-time Big Ten Lineman of the Year winner. Upon the 1989 draft, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, nicknamed the Incredible Bulk. He weighed 330, ran the 40 in 4.6, did a standing long jump of 10'3", leaped vertically 30 inches, and bench pressed 225 pounds for 39 reps. Mandarich was selected 2nd overall by the Green Bay Packers in the 1989 NFL Draft. He spent most of his first season as a special teams player and was known to having attitude issues within the locker room. After 3 seasons of lackluster performance on a 4-year contract, Mandarich was cut in 1992 by the Packers, citing a non-football injury. Sports Illustrated then released a magazine in 1992 titled The NFL's Incredible Bust. Mandarich was drafted ahead of NFL superstars such as Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Steve Atwater. Not a good list to be ahead of if you're a bust. Number 3, Tim Couch. Couch still holds the NCAA record for completion percentage in one game. He also has the record for most completions per game with 36.4 per game over an 11-game span. During his collegiate career, he won numerous awards such as First Team All-SEC, First Team All-American, SEC Player of the Year, and a Heisman Trophy finalist. Couch's college success made him the number 1 overall draft pick in the NFL draft by the Cleveland Browns, who were returning to the NFL as an expansion team in 1999 following the original team's 1996 relocation to Baltimore. Couch's career wasn't what everyone had expected due to unexpected pressure, inconsistent play, and injuries. Number 2, Ryan Leaf. Leaf is famously known as one of the biggest draft busts of all time. He had a successful college career for the Washington State Cougars, where he was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy after his junior year. He finished 3rd behind the winner, defensive back Charles Woodson of Michigan, and Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning of Tennessee. He was named Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year, was named First Team All-American by the Sporting News, and finished 2nd in the nation in passer rating. He was drafted as the 2nd overall pick in 1998 after Peyton Manning, but his career was shortened due to poor play, bad behavior, and injuries. He struggled with his work ethic and his ability to stay focused. Number 1, JAMARCUS Russell. The 6'6", 260-pound quarterback was once praised as one of the most elite quarterback prospects coming into the NFL. Russell led the LSU Tigers to a 10-1 record in his freshman season. He was also an honorable mention for the AP All-SEC First Team. Keep in mind, as a freshman quarterback for one of the biggest football colleges in America, Russell was always seen as a rare combination of size and arm strength, which made him the undisputed 1st overall pick in the 2007 NFL Draft by the Oakland Raiders. JAMARCUS then held out of his rookie training camp, seeking a big deal coming right out of college. Oakland ended up paying him, which was clearly a huge mistake. Russell played 3 seasons with the Raiders, forming a 7-18 record as a starter and threw just 18 touchdowns compared to his 38 turnovers. Due to his inconsistent play, the Raiders released him in May of 2010. Let us know in the comments down below which NFL bust surprised you the most. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you guys enjoy. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more sports content. As always, we'll see you guys next time.